Let's come to our most comfortable seated position. Take the flesh back and away. And I encourage us to take it away like that as opposed to spreading it out wide so that we just keep that anatomy straight over those sit bones. And then let's do a little self-awareness check this morning as we start our core view way practice. Let's check in with the top of our head and our chin, that the chin is level. So if the top of the head, the back of the head is leaning backwards, I want you to bring that back up over the shoulders. You're going to feel the base of your neck elongate. So your chin is on the horizon. Whenever you hear me say chin on the horizon, it's parallel to the floor, okay? Now check in with that chin. If the neck is jutted forward a titch, then bring it back. So the head is over the heart. The shoulders are upright and over your hips. But then I want you to go back to your heart and think of your pelvic area, that the spine is straight. So this, visualize that column, that erect column of vertebrae there. And then go ahead and place your hands, whichever is best for you. Palms up, palms down, one up, one down. You get to choose. Bye, Maddie. Take a nice inhale through the nose and softly let it out your mouth. One more time. Lifting it all the way up and then just sighing it out. All right, my friends. Let's begin our practice on this early Tuesday morning, letting go of whatever is on our to-do list and come inward. Do come inward. Invite yourself to step into that gift of yours, the physical being, and using the mind's eye. I invite you to travel around your body and take notice of any areas that you may have some concern about. And if you do, go ahead and lay a hand on that spot just to give it some comfort. It may be your heart, it may be an ache in a muscle, but acknowledge it and then let it go. Begin using your nice 3-part breath this morning. And I want you to go ahead and start at the base of the belly. Extend the belly, fill it up, pause. Draw the breath into the mid-ribs and pause. And then lift the breath all the way up into the heart and pause. Gently release that breath in those 3 even steps. Hang out here for a moment and feel the breath move the muscles in your torso. Become aware of any movement in your body that accompanies that breath and welcome it in. As you begin to become more aware of your breath, see where you might find some softness. The inner thighs may release and the knees get heavy. The elbows may draw down away from the shoulder heads, sliding the palms down the inner thigh. Or perhaps it's in the face. The forehead smooths, the eyes relax and sink inward, and your jaw and tongue area goes slack. Wherever it is, acknowledge it, welcome it, and then let it go. Begin to deepen your breath. Maybe take it now up to a count of 5 to see if you can inhale and pause those little steps up all the way up to a count of 5. Pausing at the top, then open the mouth and let it out. One more time. Inhale. 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 And inhale. Pause. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it all go. Go ahead, if your palms are up, my friends, go ahead and roll the palms down. Tiptoe those fingers right off the tips of your knees. Press lightly in with the palm pads and see if we can lengthen our torso up a little bit more. So we're working on that pelvic hammock. Lift it up and then relax the elbows. Okay, we're going to do some seated cat and cow. So we'll inhale forward, lift the heart center up, really arch that back. And then exhale, bring everything inward. Shrug the shoulders forward. Inhale into cow, keeping the neck elongated, reaching forward with the heart center, and exhaling again back into a cat. Travel your own distance here 3 more times. Inhaling nice and long, the palms have you anchored. Let the belly do its work, waking up that tummy. And exhale. Being mindful of the breath. Inhale again. And exhale. Nice. Sit on up into that neutral seated position. Chin is again on the horizon. Let's drop our right ear to our right shoulder. Arms are soft. Just go ahead and feel the weight of the head, keeping the shoulders over the hips, gang. Yeah. As you exhale, tiptoe your left hand off the mat just a little bit. Up on tiptoes, tippy fingers. And then if you're able, go ahead and lay the palm down. If laying the palm down compromises and you start to lean, then draw the hand in a little bit. Stay up on your tip fingers, okay? Come on back to center. And then the left ear over to the left shoulder. Yeah. First, just feel the stretch on the side of the neck. Again, if this bothers your neck, don't force anything. The little bones in our neck can get really cranky. They actually wake up cranky sometimes on my body. When you're ready, go ahead and take that right hand out. Start up on your fingertips, and then if you're able, lengthen the arm, lay the palm down. Okay. One more breath. Really tuck that belly button into the spine. Soften the facial features. Bring everything back up to neutral and take the chin down to the chest. And just roll it from side to side. Nice and soft and easy. Again, being mindful of any crankiness in the neck. Nice. Go ahead and bring the head back up to neutral. I want you to take your right ear once again over to your right shoulder, okay? And then this time I want you to take your right arm straight up, take the palm away from the body and reach out. So you're feeling it underneath that armpit, and now bring it down so that the palm is flat on the floor. And however far your arm goes, that's fine. Now take your left arm and take it straight up. Really stretch, stretch, stretch. Now push down through your right palm and push the hand away. See if you can reach up even taller with the other arm. Then softly fold the elbow right in front of the rib cage and take the fingers right in front of the side of your neck and pull down on your collarbone. See if you can take the right ear over to the shoulder just a wee bit more and take a little pressure on the left side of your collarbone, and then just breathe. You can look straight forward at me, or if the neck allows, you can take the gaze down your right arm and tilt your chin towards your shoulder. Your call. One more breath, really tuck that belly in. Nice, long, tall spine. And then release the other hand to the mat. Bring both arms up overhead and forward hinge. Reach, 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 reach on that Inhale back up, thumbs lead the way, great. Let's do that one more time. Palms spread wide, exhale, forward hinge. Keeping the tail on the mat. Inhale, let the thumbs bring you back up. Nice tight core. Hands back on our knees. I'm going to take our left ear to our left shoulder first. Nice. Then we're going to take our left arm up and lay it out straight away. Take the palm right down. Hang out here. You don't need to go on any deeper stretch if you don't want to. Then take your opposite arm up. Reach, tuck that tummy in. And then fold the elbow right down at the ribs so the fingers come right on that collarbone and pull the flesh away. And again, if it feels good, go ahead and take the gaze down your planted, rooted arm, which in this case is your left. Be mindful, press down with that left, push the mat away. Really stretch the side of the neck. Yeah, so good to wake up that area. Encourage more blood up to your brain. Release everything, sweep the arms up overhead, forward hinge, palms down towards the mat, reach forward, slide those palms forward. Inhale, the thumbs back up to rise. This time rotate and place your right hand on the outside of your left thigh. Nice, gentle, seated spinal twist. Take 3 breaths, breathe it all the way up. Focus on the belly button, kids. Make this an internal muscular movement. Take the belly button in and see if you can just rotate those inner muscles. At the completion of your 3rd breath, bring the arms back up overhead. Forward hinge one more time. Thumbs lead the way, back up. Left hand outside of right leg. Rotate this way. Yeah. Now again, make it all about the belly. No forcing on your spine. That's one of the things about squeezing that belly button in. You're really giving yourself some core activation. Sweeping the arms back up, one last forward hinge. This time we're going to stay down for 3 breaths. Tiptoe those fingers away as far as possible. If the forehead comes down to the mat, let it. If the elbows come down to the mat, let them. Focus on feeling the stretch around both armpits. Let some air underneath those arms. Take nice strong breaths all the way up through the back body. As you exhale, see if there's distance in your lower back. When you're ready, thumbs lead the way back on up. Excellent. Close the pose. We're going to find our way to our hands and knees. So hands planted firmly right underneath our shoulders, okay? Nice and easy. Go ahead and wake up the tops of your feet. Nice thing to do first thing in the morning, I think. Knees are hip distance apart right now. Find your cow. Tilt your hips up to the sky. Exhale, arch the spine all the way up to the sky. Inhale now, really draw that heart center through the biceps. Keeping the neck nice and long. Exhale back up into cat. 3 more. Inhale long. Exhale. Depending on your back, because this is all about you. If your back is really, really flexible, go ahead and allow your arms to be a little more planted. If your back is not really flexible, allow the elbows to fold back to let the heart center come forward. See, it's all about learning, what does your body really welcome? Find that. And then as you breathe through it, you'll begin to find new space, new horizons. Excellent. Come on back to neutral here. And I want you to step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. The left hand is right under our shoulder, belly is drawn in, and then inhale, lift that right arm all the way to the sky. Use the middle finger to lift that body all the way up. See if the arm is over the shoulder. See if you can rotate. Yeah. Now, if you want more of a stretch, Go ahead and take the palm of your right hand down to the base of your left hip, right there, and roll open that right shoulder. Yeah. Nice, very good. If you would want more, reach back and lift your left leg off the ground. Personally, that's not for me, but as your guide, I do want to give you those options. On an inhale, take the arm all the way up. Plant the hand back under the shoulder, step that right knee back. 3 cows and cats. Nice work. One more. Yeah, awesome job. Coming back to neutral first, make sure shoulders are over wrist. Step your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Really root and spread those fingers in your right arm. Lift and rotate the left arm to the sky. Now, sometimes when we're stiff, that knee likes to flail outside of the hip socket. I want you to really focus on having your knee over the ankle, right in front of the hip. And again, if you want a little bit more, spread that hand down at the base of the right hip and rotate just a little bit more, letting the shoulder blade open that twist. And like I said before, you can lift your floor foot. That's not for my hamstrings, but it is an option. Taking the hand back all the way up to the sky, hands down back underneath, 3 more cows and cats. Inhale. Now maybe you can make it a little bit more fluid, or maybe you'd like a little bit more movement. On your cat, go ahead and sink the hips down, fold the elbows down, come up into a cow. You decide what would feel good to your body. Excellent. All right, we're going to take our hands to the top of the mat, basically, one giant paw print front, right up there, okay? I want you to test where you're at. So if you need to make an adjustment, now's a good time to do it. You want your hands right under your shoulders, that when you lean forward on the knees, your belly is lifted, and you can fold the elbows down. Inhale, straight back up. Exhale into an extended child's pose. So kids, the hands are rooted, they stay in place. The tops of the feet are rooted, they stay in place. Exhaling as we lower, inhaling as we lift, exhaling as we lean back. 3 more of these. Come as close and hover to the floor as you can. Lift straight back up, so it's the top of a plank push-up. And then let the side body, let the hips take you all the way back. Your elbows are hugging your rib cage. People that have done yoga with me for a long time know I believe that this is one of the most important strength building for your shoulders and your triceps that it can be. And exhale back. This time let the hands slide back around to the bottoms of the feet. Forehead to the mat if it'll reach. Rub the bottoms of the feet. Give those feet a little bit of love. And then on your next inhale, slide the hands back. Find a full plank, right? So what's that look like for you? This is how you're going to build into a good stable down dog. Go ahead and roll your heels from side to side a couple of times, just to begin to activate the side body and the core muscles. Then come back to neutral and press through the hands, press the hands forward, let the hips just float to the sky. And before we get started, bend the knees really deep and then tilt the hips up, then straighten the legs. There you go. That's where you're going to find your flat back. Pedal your dog if that would feel good. Nice. Then softly walk the hands back to meet the feet. Bend the knees very deep. Depending on your morning, keep your feet hip distance apart, or if you want to challenge yourself a little bit more, put the big toes together. Let the body hang. Take a breath up the back, and then as you exhale it, let the elbows come down in front of the legs just a little bit more. Couple more breaths. Then release the hands from the elbows and softly lift yourself back up to standing. Pressing through all four corners of your feet, the arms, the hands, the upper body are heavy until you are able to land the shoulders over your hips. And when you do, roll the shoulder blades down the back, lift the arms up high, steeple the fingers and exhale to the left, reaching away from the body. Inhaling back up, center, exhaling to the right. And again, we'll do this a total of 5 times. Move with your breath. Remember, it's your practice. You do not have to do the same number that I'm leading you in. You may find it that it's nice to hang out in a pose longer. That's by all means okay. Yeah, just nice, easy tick-tock from side to side. If your big toes are together, squeeze the inner thighs together so we avoid swaying the hips from side to side. You're really lifting up and out of your lower base of back to allow yourself to move. One more time on each side, kids. Yeah. Good job. Coming back to center, release the arms down into mountain pose and just shake your arms out a little bit. If you've had your big toes together, then go ahead and take your hands to the side and open your feet hip distance apart. So what I mean by that is 2 fist distances right down in between. Go ahead and check. And then sweep the arms on up and hinge forward fold. Take the bum back, right? Keep the knees behind the toes. Allow the hands to come to the mat or close. They might come to the tops of your feet. Inhale, half lift. And then exhale all the way to the mat. Soften the knees and walk on out into your plank. Lift on up into a down dog. Now take the right foot, take the toe. So what I'd like you to do is not just lift the leg. First, I want you to soften that right knee. Take the toes off the mat, point the toes, and then let those pointed toes guide the leg as high as it will go. Yeah, take a nice deep breath. Continue to sweep in that breath all the way up through your glute. Press down on the hands, push the hands forward. Nice tight tummy. Soften the knee, bring that all the way back down to the mat. Now let's walk through that again. Feet are hip distance apart. Hips are rolled towards the sky. Belly button is to spine. Now bend the left knee and lift those toes up. Point them and now let it guide you all the way up. Yeah. And then softly take the leg back down. Go ahead and take your knees to the mat. Find a child's pose. Then place the hands on top of your thighs and sit on up into hero or pencil. I want to talk about that for just a moment. I think that's a real key thing that I've learned in my own personal practice. I will get in a hurry when the yoga guide says, lift your leg to the sky. I try to lift my whole leg up at one time. And I'm going to suggest to you to play around with this in your own practice, to soften the knee, lift the toes, point them, and then let it come up. It doesn't matter how far your leg comes up, but we're trying to extend that leg from the hip socket up in this particular case. So let's do that again, and then we'll add some more movement to it. Come on back into your nice strong plank. Lift the hips up into a dog, okay? That's always on an exhale. Now, roll the shoulder blades on the back, bend the knees super deep to stretch that back, then lift the hips. Softening our right knee, we're going to then take the foot off the floor, point those toes, and lift it to the sky. This time, now I want you to flex the foot, bend the knee, and roll open, taking the gaze under your right shoulder. Breathe so much, you're really lifting that hip to the sky. So your hips are stacked. Then level the hips, lengthen the leg, and lower the leg back down to the mat. Take one inhale into a plank. Exhale back into your dog. Nice work. Walk your way through setting up a nice solid dog. Bend the knees, roll the shoulders on the back, press down through the palms of your hands. Lift the hips, tuck the belly. Soften the left knee, take those toes to the sky. Then bend the knee, flex the foot, and stack the hips and peek underneath your left shoulder. Yeah. Level the hips, lengthen the leg, take the foot to the mat. Inhale into your plank, take the knees to the mat, flatten the tops of the feet, and lower yourself on down to the mat. Good work. Taking our hands down by our sides, I want you to press down in the tops of your feet so the knees are lifted. And then I want us to scoop up our upper chest, looking right down our nose. Hands are still really right now on the mat. Take a breath into the belly. So you push the belly into the mat and find out what movement is available in your back. And then lay the head back down. Let everything take a rest. Nice big inhale, and just let it out. All right, this time we're going to do it the opposite way. We're going to roll the shoulder blades onto our back. We're going to scoop our upper chest off of the mat, press down on our feet, and bring our arms out in front of us. Just like we're kind of trying to swim. Feel the difference in your lower back. This is all about back body strength. Sweep the arms back around. Take the hands by under the shoulders and press back into a child's pose. Hang out here for one more breath. Inhale forward, find those strong plank arms, lift ourselves on up in plank, then exhale back into down dog. This time we're going to take that, we're going to peel that right leg all the way up to the sky. Reach, soften the left heel. And then draw the knee under the body, look between your hands, and step between your hands. So right foot is in the front, knee is over ankle, find your stability, press down on your feet, lift on up into a crescent. If you want to bring your arms out into goal pose, lift that heart center. Nice. Inhale back up, lay the hands back to the mat, step on back to plank, lift on up into your down dog. Taking the left leg all the way up first, knee under the body, look to the top of the mat, step forward and find your high lunge here. Always find stability first. Then draw yourself on up into a nice crescent. Check in here, guys, while we're here for a second. If you're leaning back and arching over the lower back, hang out and stop for just a moment. I want you to soften your right knee, lengthen your right heel. Now draw up through that pelvic hammock and see if you can get right up over those hips. Yeah, little micro adjustments. Taking our time to listen and feel inside our body is so valuable. Hands to the mat, step that left foot back. Inhale and exhale, back up into plank and dog. Go ahead and bend the knees. This time we're going to walk our feet up to greet our hands. Now, I'd like you to take your hands on top of your thighs and roll the shoulders onto the back.
Check in that the knees are behind the toes. See if you can drop the hips just a little bit more. Let the hands go away from the thighs, out to the back. Thumbs are pointed down to the earth. And lift yourself up into a chair. Yeah. And then exhale, come on back down to the top of the thighs. And inhale back up. And exhale back down. Keep pressing through the feet. Inhale back up. And exhale back down. 2 more. Inhale up. And exhale. One last time. Inhale up. Nice chair. Exhale back down. Plant the hands outside of the feet. Step back into a plank. Take an inhale. Exhale into down dog. Nice work. Go ahead and give yourself some movements here in the neck if that feel good, or take a breath or two in child's pose. We'll stay here and we'll all end up meeting back in down dog. Really continue to keep even pressure through base of both hands. All right, let's inhale the heels all the way high. See if we can pike those hips just a titch more. And then exhale the heels towards the mat, lifting the toes. Inhale the heels up. And exhale the heels down and then lift the toes. Spread them wide. Inhale again up. Yeah, and exhale back down. Awesome. Lifting the right leg tall and long, we'll step it to the top of the mat. Now, I want you to take a short hop with your left foot out at a 45-degree angle and breathe our way up into warrior one. So warrior one, depending on your anatomy, key thing you want is your back foot, this case our left foot, press down and away through the outer edge of that foot, big toe to heel, and draw up the back of the hamstring and into the quad. Take your right thumb into your right hip crease and see if you can pull that hip crease back to try and make the hip sockets more level with one another. Front foot, lift the toes really tall right now. Feel the base of your foot and then take the toes down, knees behind toes. Rolling the shoulders down, lengthening the base of our neck, then lifting our arms open. And just hang out here. Gaze can go up to the corner of your ceiling. I want you to feel yourself locked in, your belly button down, and then let that thoracic spine, those upper vertebrae, float upwards. So you're looking for some distance in there. Enjoy the breath. Yeah. Taking a nice long inhale, let's add a little bit of a back bend. Draw the arms out into goal post. And now reach that thoracic spine over your lower back. So we're not collapsing in the lower back. Okay, and then inhale all the way up. And exhale, hands to hips. Now we're going to rotate that back foot and we're going to heel toe it to a nice, comfortable, wide stance. This time the foot is going to be parallel to the back edge of your mat. Now, if your hips are cattywampus, I'm wearing all black and I'm in front of a black fireplace, so you can't see this really well. So I'm going to have you take your palm of your left hand on your left hip bone, and I want you to draw that back. See if you can have the hip sockets be level. So you can tell by my hands, my body has changed. Now, another thing that happens is your front knee may rotate in. So go ahead and see if you can open it so it's right over your ankle. Draw the pelvic hammock up, roll the shoulders down, and then take the arms out into a nice extended warrior two. So you're really actually sinking down in between those hip sockets. If you want to take your gaze over your right fingertips, by all means do, and reach away with both of your middle fingers. If you feel your ears are trying to kiss your shoulders, then Roll the palms up and let the shoulders drop down. Always keeping head over heart, shoulders over hips. And then reach forward just a touch. And then as you draw back, come back into a reverse warrior. Gaze can go up, it can go down to the back. All depends. What you're feeling is you're locked in your underbody. You're super strong here. Keep following your breath. Then come on back into warrior two. Lean forward. Take that right elbow to the right knee and soar your left arm. Now, lifting, this is a really good test for you to recognize how strong your undercarriage is. Take that arm off of your knee because then it locks in that belly. You can take this even to a more extended side angle stretch with palm down, reaching away, gazing down to your big toe. That's what this is all about. You get to decide. Windmill that left arm back up, travel through two, take a short hop back into one, okay? I'm gonna reach down and grab my block here. So if you have blocks or books for props, we're gonna go into pyramid pose, okay? So that's a way to really stretch the back side of your body. So we're in warrior one, right? I want you to lift your left heel and rotate it so your toes are forward pointing. And then lay the heel down flat. Sometimes you might want to make this a little shorter. It's going to be dependent on your body. Take the hands, if you would, to your hips and straighten your right leg. So pretend you're walking down a tightrope. And we're on a railroad track, and the railroad track is running right down the center of your body, okay? Press down on both feet. Draw the pelvic hammock in, shoulders down. And now I really want you to, again, to take your right thumb in your right hip crease and draw that hip crease back. So we're working on trying to be across from one another, okay? We've taken our core up. We're going to lean out and leave that thumb there for right now. And come down so your back is parallel to the floor, okay? Looking right down at the mat. Yeah. Go ahead and release. You should have folded over that right thumb. And then go ahead and take the hands down to the mat. Or in this case, you may want blocks on either side of your front foot because you're not able to come down quite far enough. That's fine. Wherever you find yourself, you can even put your hands on the top of your right shin and ankle. Let the head hang down. Now take the sit bones back to the wall behind you. See if you can lay your forehead or your upper body onto your thigh. And maybe you can, maybe you can't. It doesn't matter. It's only asking your body where it may want to travel. Good work. Go ahead and plant the hands on either side of that right foot. Soften your left knee and step your right leg back long. Find your plank. Lower yourself to the mat. Lift on up into a nice cobra or up dog, your call. Roll the toes under, find your way and travel up to a down dog. Good work, guys. That was a lot. Okay. We're going to take that left leg out long. We're going to draw it to the top of the mat. Take that short hop. Right foot's at a 45-degree angle. Draw yourself on up into a warrior one. Isn't that great? Your bodies are so wonderful. Yeah. Go ahead and take the goalpost. Take those shoulder blades. Lift that upper back over your strong lower back. Bring the elbows down towards the sides. Keep pressing through the feet. And then inhale back up. Super duper. All right, hands to hips. I'm going to apologize. My back will be to you at this time. We're going to heel toe that right leg back. Find the width in your undercarriage. Roll the tail under just a touch and sink that right hip back. Find warrior two. See if you can be nice and straight and narrow. Oh, yeah. Good job. Lean forward just a little bit and then lean back into a reverse warrior. You're lifting up outside of that left rib body. Keeping the pressure equal through both feet. Keeping the inhale and the exhale an even count. Breathe your way back up through 2. Fold the left elbow to the left knee, soar the right arm. Rolling that right shoulder out of the back. See if we can reach up out of that shoulder socket just a wee bit more. You want a little extended angle? Take the palm flat towards the floor, lean it over the head, reach, 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 reach. Nicely done. Bringing our way back up to 2. Hands to the hips. Take that short hop forward. Find your warrior 1. Lifting the right heel. Lay it right behind the toes. Left thumb this time and left hip crease. Straightening the left leg and lean out. Remember, bring the belly up into the body. Lean over it. Find that parallel first. Then release the hands down to the floor or a block. Some, you may be able to take your hands flat on the mat. By all means, take the body where it's willing to go. If you are like, well, I can't do that at this time, that's okay. Ask your body where it can go, then return to your breath so that you really fill up the power of your breath. And then as you exhale, you may be able to find a little soft opening that's new. Good work. Soften that left knee, plant the hands, take the left leg back, step back into a plank, hang out for 3 breaths. Press down through your fingertips, you guys got it. Shoulders over wrists, lean out through your heels. On your next exhale, lift the hips to the sky. Oh my, yes. See if we can roll our head under the body for our gaze to go all the way to our belly button and really open the tops of the arms a little bit more. Come back to neutral, take the knees to the mat, find a child's pose. So good. Bring yourself up to hero first. Taking our feet out from underneath our bottoms. Let's take our arms out to the side, thumbs up, okay? Now, I'm going to look straight in front of me and I want you to take a moment and just watch my shoulders. My arms are lifted, right? But I tell you my core is not activated. So I'm going to lift my feet off of the mat and then spread the toes and lay them down and press through the tips of the toes. And by doing that, I'm going to activate that lower belly, that lower abdomen area. Now I want to shrug my shoulders up to my ears and roll them down the back. See how my arms come down? They're no longer up above my knees. I want them down here. Then I'm going to take my head back in the neck socket to make the neck longer. And as I slowly follow my breath, keeping my feet firmly planted, I'm going to slowly, slowly, slowly lay my body down on the mat. And that's the key here, laying the body down on the mat. You try it. And once you're there, lift the knees into your heart and roll them from side to side. Nice. Taking the feet back to the mat, planting them right underneath the knees. Let's take the hands flat on the mat and slide them down away from our body, straight down, and roll the shoulder heads into the mat. So your lower back has lifted just a touch, okay? Spread the hands wide, plant those hands, plant the forearms. And then I want you to slowly rock your lower back. So you're going to tilt your pelvis up, feel the lower back flatten. And then you're going to roll the tail down and lift the belly. Exhale the mat. Inhale and arch. Keeping the shoulder blades and heads to fingertips solid. They're locked in the mat. Your chin is slightly tucked towards your chest. Just feel yourself rock. Feet planted, arms planted, giving the freedom to your spine. Awesome. One more time. Flatten the back into the mat and lift the belly to the sky. Lift the knees up off the floor, open the knees wide and kick the heels up. Before you reach for your hands, this is happy baby. Before you reach for your hands to feet, where's your tail? As you reach up, if the tail starts to come off the floor, then bring the hands just to the base of the ankles and let the weight open them up. If your body is comfortable keeping its flat back on the mat, go ahead and wrap your hands either behind your ankles, so you're on the outside of your feet, or do peace fingers and take 2 fingers between your big toe and put the thumb on the top of your big toe. You decide. But the key is here, we want the whole spine to stay on the mat. Now take a breath and fill the belly so full that the knees widen the hips even further. And on an exhale, let there be weight in your shoulder heads to draw the knees comfortably towards the earth. And should you wish to rock across the sacrum bone, that nice flat bone, and rock your baby, then by all means. Your key is just to really open, again, that undercarriage. Nice work. Go ahead and draw the knees close. Take the feet back under the knees. Slide the arms down. Tilt the chin slightly to the chest. Press down, anchor everything, and lift the belly to the sky. And then exhale softly back down to the mat. Make this a bridge pose that fits your body on any given day. You could put a block underneath your hips, a blanket for it to be more supported, and that's fine. Or you can take it one breath, one inhale, one exhale. Key here is I want you to really focus on the bottoms of your feet and the length of your arms. That the back, again, is free to move on its own. It's just saying thank you so much. If you want a little bit more, the next time you lift the belly, slide a shoulder blade under the back. And then go ahead and slide the other one. See if you can bring that arch the spine up even more. Press down with your hands or interlock your hands, using the backs of your arms to give yourself more lift. See, you get to decide so many things. If your arms are underneath your body, take one out at a time. Slowly lower yourself down to the mat. Bring the knees into the body and reach to the base of your feet. See if you can draw your chin up into your knees. And then rock forward and back, pressing the knees together. You're doing the entire spine. Or come to stillness and go side to side. You decide. Nicely done. Bringing our bodies back down to the mat. Go ahead and slide your legs long. And on an inhale, take everything overhead. And on an exhale, hug everything back into your body. Inhale long. And exhale back into your body. One last time. Inhale long. And exhale the knees only into your body. Release the arms out to the side in a nice T, palms are down, and rotate those bent legs over to the right. See if you can take your gaze over your left shoulder. Breathe just comfortably and fluidly. No forcing. If you want to place your hand on the outside of your top thigh to help them come down to the earth more, by all means, that is an option. Then on an inhale, bring yourself back up to center and roll to the other side. Take a notice of what it feels like when you're stretching out the inside of your shoulders. Excellent. Coming onto our back, I want you to take your left foot to the mat and cross your right ankle over your left knee. Using your right hand, press that flesh away so you're in the figure 4. And softly begin to bring the left knee into the body. Thread the needle, lay each hand on top of one another. Both feet are flexed. And just breathe softly, relaxing the skin around your eyes. And let everything just feel this nice curved stretch. Feel the stretch on the back of the right hip. You want to use your right elbow to keep that knee open. That is an option. And just breathe. Nice. Placing the left foot back on the floor, arms out into a T. Shoot that right leg to the sky. Press down in your hips and roll the ankle one direction. And then another direction. Then I want you to take the heel up to the sky and open that leg as far as it is comfortable. In the future, when you try this, if you want to use a strap, that's an option. Keep the belly button pressing through the spine. Left knee can stay bent, or if it's comfortable, extend the left leg long. Heels are flexed. See if you can root both hips down into the mat. Then point the right toe, lift it back up to center, draw the knee into the rib body, give yourself a super duper stretch and squeeze, and then extend the leg long, drawing the left knee in and then the right knee in. We're going to take the left ankle over the right and softly draw it into the body. And hang out. Go ahead and wear a little smile. Feel your back just flat on the mat. Isn't that cool? Your bodies are so awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, right foot back down to the mat, arms out into a T. Point those left toes, roll the ankle. Keeping in mind, belly button is pressing through the body, shoulder blades are open and relaxed. Then flex the foot and open that leg to the left as far as it will go. It may go to the mat, it may not. Keeping the knee lifted, foot on the floor for the right if you'd like, or go ahead and extend it long. Whatever you find today feels good, then I want you to do that. Nice breath, and then just drop everything into the earth. We're going to point that left toe. We're going to draw it all the way up, folding that knee into our rib cage. Give yourself a squeeze, guys. Yeah, good work today. And then extend your body long. I want you to make any kind of movement that you would find comfortable to help you be in Shavasana for a couple of minutes. Anything that would make it even more comfortable. Put a blanket over your belly. Put a pillow under your knees. Whatever would work for you works for me. And then close the eyes. Softly close your eyes. Follow your breath. I like to start at the base of the feet and feel the backs of your legs. So strong, so capable. Say thank you to those feet and those legs that carry us around all day long. Then if you will, take your hands, fingers spread wide, your thumbs and your belly button, and take your forefingers wide on your lower belly and just give it a little tap. And then come to stillness and let the belly say hello and thank you, relaxing the back of the arms into the mat. Softening the throat so the neck is soft, relaxing the jaw, the teeth, the tongue. And allow your eyes to widen behind your lids and that they may go in even deeper than ever before. And take note as to what color. Is there a white glow? Can you visualize the flicker of a white candle lit and see the beauty in the flame, the dance of the flame, inviting you in. And then taking yourself into the crown of your head. Feel and acknowledge what has been there for you all along. It's never left you, and it never will leave you. Your body loves you, cherishes the time you have spent with it, and says thank you. So rest comfortably and follow your breath. My dear ones, whatever gentle movement, whatever gentle thought you want to invite into your body at this time, I invite you to do so. There is no rush. Recognize any sensations created in your body. And when you are ready, draw the knees inward, give yourself a love hug, and roll to whichever side you're most comfortable. Hang out for a couple of breaths. Using your strong arms, drawing yourself on up to that seated position. I would ask that the backs of your hands are resting on the inside of your knees. Soften the face, sit up nice, long, and tall. Go ahead and wear a little bit of warmth and a smile on the outside and on the inside of your lips. And then so softly, just lift the palms upward, right over your knees. Let them hover, maybe only half an inch. And take note of the air on the surface of your palms. See if you might be able to relax and soften your fingers a little bit more. Breathe into those palms and then roll the palms so they face one another.
with soft fingers. Visualize the distance and then feel it becomes shorter and shorter as those palms are like magnets seeking their mate. And feel the air as it accumulates in between those palms. Oh, yeah. And once your fingertips find one another, draw the base of the palm so you're cupped around this orb of energy. And just feel it alive. Each side of your body has discovered the other side. It observed the other listened, and then we extend those fingers and draw the thumbs into our heart center. I congratulate each and every one of you for being willing to show up for yourself this morning. It's such a gift when we provide ourselves the opportunity to give our body true freedom, freedom to express in movement, in discovery, and in health. Until we see one another again, I love you tons. Travel about your day, head held high. Wear your smile brightly. And until we see one another again, may you live with ease, be happy, healthy, and whole. Namaste. Thanks, gang, for joining me today. I'll see you all again in just a couple of days. You'll get an email from me as you have been. Some I know have already taken advantage of this, and I super appreciate it. If you like what you're doing, share it on your Facebook page. Share the invite. You can grab it off of the CoreView Way Facebook page. I am so excited. There are 30 people that have signed up for this to receive the information. And so it really does just warm my heart that we're spending the end of 2021 together, creating a community to support one another. So spread the word. I love having you guys on, and I'll see you again real soon.